tell me a little bit about why you came to me the first time because you've seen me twice now, three times now.
Three times, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay, the first time, I was I didn't know what to get my husband for our 10th anniversary. And I knew we wanted to do something a little bit like special, but after 10 years, would you get somebody? Like you've done
Uh-huh.
all like, the presents, whatever. Like it just all seems like so overdone at that point. And then a friend of mine mentioned that she had come to see you or was going to come to see you for a Christmas present for her husband. And I'm like, that's so perfect. Like it's different. Like it's something we haven't done for each other. He would
Yeah.
never expect it. And he very much did not when I gave him the album when we celebrate our anniversary. So yeah, it was just different and cool.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it really is. It's like I always say this because I only have so many lines, but like it's the only thing that you can't just go to a store and buy yourself. And I find a
Right.
lot of my clients that do this for a gift, if it's not like, wedding, it's anniversary or even just like a birthday or for whatever, because
Right.
like you run out of options. I'm still
Right.
trying
Oh
to figure
yeah.
out what the heck I'm supposed to get my husband every year. So yeah.
I know. Like for
The only
Christmas,
thing
we
with me
decided,
is he's used to seeing my booty pics. Like at this point, unfortunately, it's worn
right?
off. So I've got to find something else. Yeah.
Yeah, you've done that before. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same wow factor, unfortunately. But okay, so then you did the first one was like, oh, this is a great idea, great gift. So like, why would you come back again? Why would you be crazy enough to sign up again?
I know, right? Well, you did like that whole like model call thing. And after I went the first time or I came to you the first time, I had so much fun. Um, and like, well, first of all, I really wanted to say, so I'm 40 and I'm a mom. I have a 6-year-old. I have a full-time job, and this is how I look every day.
Right.
I I I take a shower. I'm lucky if I dry my hair. Like I work in the operating room, so like I'm wearing a hat and a mask, so I don't even bother putting on makeup because I'm covered up all day long. Like, so it almost seems like needless that I do that. And now that I'm a mom, we don't go out on the weekends as much. Like, so I never do anything to make myself feel pretty, really. And after coming to you, I felt so spoiled.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
getting my hair and makeup done, and I just felt like I used to, like when I was, in my 20s, and I would take time to like make myself look nice and, go out and feel special. And I got to do that. And that was very, very cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, when
I
I
love
wanted to, I'm sorry, go ahead. What?
No, I was just I love that because I'm sure I've probably told you this. Like I love all of my clients, of course, but I have like a little special soft spot for my fellow moms because I know how easy it is for us to forget about doing things for ourselves and
Oh, yeah.
with no justification other than just because it would make us feel good. And it's so
Right.
easy for us to just put ourselves down to the bottom.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
don't know if you can relate to this, but I know when I started making efforts and really putting time aside to do things that made me feel good. It's like I felt like a better mom. I felt like I was a
I'm
better
sure.
wife. It's like doing little things for yourself. Like it seems very selfish and sometimes it's hard for us to like be like, yeah, I'm doing this for me, but it just kind of helps so many other areas of your life. So I like it when I can treat other mamas too because we forget that we still got it, honey. We still got
It's
it.
yeah, it was different. It was nice. But then after I came the first time, I was like, oh, there are some things I wish I could do again, or I wish I could do differently or different poses. And so it was like that was when I was like, oh, I'm gonna treat myself. I'm just gonna do this for myself. And I had the week off after my birthday. And so it was like that was when I kind of did that one kind of for me, and
Yeah.
got to do some things that in retrospect I wished I had done. And um
Yeah, because your first time, you're so like nervous that it's sort of
Yeah,
like you're so just focused on just getting through it that you don't have that, you have to like get through it and relax in order for the second
right,
shoot. You don't come in nervous. We don't have
right,
to worry about like, easing into it. So the second shoot, it's like, oh, let's do this specifically and that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And then honestly, as soon as I had signed up for that one, well, actually, I should rewind a second. After I had done my first shoots, when I had found out that another friend had or was going to do a shoot with you, and I was like, "Oh, this would be a really fun experience to do together." And so we signed up to do the bestie shoot,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, she wasn't able to come. But another friend that was going to join the two of us um
So we just
benefit.
swapped. Yeah.
Yeah, she she it was a good experience because she and I haven't really done anything, just the two of us. My mom pointed that out to me, that in when we were in our 20s, we used to hang out like a ton, and we went on trips together, and then lives go separate
Yeah.
ways, etc. But when I was talking to my mom about it, she's like, "Well, you and Angela haven't really done a lot, just the two of you. So it's kind of nice that you were able to do that again." I was like, "That's a good point. We haven't.
Right.
It's been a long time."
Yeah. Yeah. And it works out. It occurred to me I should have photoshopped, done some more Photoshop and had like a, a silly like trio photo for you guys. Just like
Oh, I know.
that would have been kind of funny. We could have made some fun out of that. But no, yeah, I think that was really cool. I feel like it worked out because she seemed like she could have used, it was something I felt like was helpful and beneficial for her to have too.
Oh,
So it just,
absolutely.
it always
Yeah,
works out. But we've talked about that. I'm a roll with the punches, go with the flow kind of gal, because
right,
you
right.
get so many twists and turns in life. Like that's pretty much all you can do.
Exactly.
So, tell me then, like, if you had any advice for somebody, like, because we've talked about how you've known friends that have come to see me, and I always
Yeah.
love that. You know what I mean? So it's like, if anybody has hesitations about doing something like this, I find that if they have a friend who's either, worked with me or is coming to see me, it's sort of like it's so helpful for them to feel better about making the choice to do something like this. So like if you had a
Yeah.
friend that wanted to do this but they were nervous, like what would you say to them?
Well, first I would say how much fun it was.
Yeah.
It was just to like be able to, like, I don't know, be made feel special for a day. And um also, something that I found surprising is, like, my husband was like, "I never thought you would do something like this." And I was like, "Really?" Like, it doesn't seem out of the box for me, but maybe in the way that other people perceive me, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. It definitely is something that, I don't know. I always thought that I would be not expected to do that, but it wouldn't be so surprising. But
Yeah.
um I don't know. I honestly, I just think that I would tell someone that they would have a lot of fun. They would not regret it. Like, I don't regret any of it.
Yeah.
And just that, to if they even felt like the littlest pull or inkling that they wanted to do it, to just go ahead and do it, because they won't regret it at all.
I agree. I feel like it's like one of those things where I tell people like you can't do this until you're ready to, because like I can't force somebody to be like okay enough, especially for my clients who feel self-conscious. If we all have our own different levels of self-consciousness, but if my clients are like not quite there yet and they still want to do it, it's like they have to be ready enough to be like,
Mhm.
this is it. I'm just going to go. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like you
Yeah.
can't do it before you're ready, but if you know you want to and you keep coming back to it, you at some point it's just like, jumping into that freezing cold pool like with your friends. Like it's going to be like, ah, at first, and
Right.
then as
Right.
soon as you get in there
Right.
you're going to be like, I'm so glad I did that.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, it's definitely one of those things where it's such an experience. I think that everybody should do it at least once. It's not just, oh, I'm getting my pictures taken. It's like this day of feeling literally like a celebrity. I don't know. It's super cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Huh. Well, gosh, I don't even know what else to ask you. I feel like you covered like so much and I didn't even have to ask. You just like shared it with me, which I'm so
Oh,
grateful
good.
for. Yeah. So, okay, I do have one question. Now, you said something like, oh, it was like, oh, a surprise, like maybe not expected of you. Did that like, because I'm a super deep thinker, I like to overthink everything. That makes me feel like there's times where people will say things like that about my own self. And I'm like, oh, wow, am I presenting myself that way
Right.
subconsciously? Don't even realize it. And
Yeah.
there are times where I feel like I kind of do that little reflection of, God, I'm being too serious. I need to relax and be in the moment,
Hmm.
be
Hmm.
more flowy and whatever, because that's how I feel. But a lot
Right.
of times I'm so like in survival mode that it
Oh,
does
sure.
really like black and white. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Do you feel like you felt like more like relaxed or not relaxed, but more spunky after your shoot, or do you feel like that was kind of the same? You know what I mean? Because like I feel like sometimes people are like, I feel so like outgoing, or I feel less reserved or shy, because it really brings people out of their shell a little bit.
Mm. Yeah, I would say definitely. I, I think just simply by my appearance or the way that your girls made me look and the way I don't know, my husband's response to the pictures too, like I felt more confident after and even just like seeing myself that way, like I don't think of myself necessarily as like a sexy person. Like I could pull off cute or beautiful sometimes, but I have definitely never seen myself in that way before. But
Yeah.
that's something that you were definitely able to bring out in many people, obviously.
Aw, thank you. I just show up with the camera. That's it. Literally, that's all I do. But I love it because it's like, yeah, it's like I get to prove to people you have this piece of you that's in there, and you might not even know that it's in there. But also the other thing is like I feel like when we're walking around looking like we do every day,
Right.
it's almost like it's less in our head because we subconsciously know we can also look like that, like the
That's
way that
true.
we did in our
Yeah.
boudoir photos. So it's like
Yeah.
it's almost like you don't feel as guilty for looking like you just crawled out from under a bridge.
That's good because that's where I like most of the time.
Exactly, right? I'm like, you know what? It's okay if I look like this. I also know what I look like in a boudoir shoot. Okay,
I
that's it.
could. I
Yeah,
could.
but I don't want to. So that's on you. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I really can't think of anything else that I have, unless there's anything else that you want to share.
No, just that, for any future clients, I say that if you have any thoughts that you are interested in doing it, just to do it because I think it's wonderful. I think everyone should have that experience. So,
Yes. Treat yourself, right?
exactly.